My name is Cheryl Bridges, and I am the director of the ITSMF Emerge Academy. The Emerge Academy is a 10-month leadership development program specifically designed for Black and Brown women who are in mid to senior level positions in tech. The purpose of Emerge is transformation. We have a 3-phase curriculum. Seek, which is understanding who you are. Study, which is what do I know and what do I need to know. And soar, which is how do I reach these new heights and who am I going to become. So that 3-phase curriculum is what takes the women in the academy through the transformation process from the inside out. There is so much value that is added to Emerge participants and graduates. There's a list of values, but what I would talk about is the value of authenticity, confidence, and grace. When these women leave the Emerge Academy, they are able to step into their full potential with these 3 values of authenticity, confidence, and grace, and being who they are and being able to bloom. And when I say bloom, I'm talking about they learn how to be themselves, love themselves, operate in their gifts, own their truth, whatever that is, and even learn how to manage emotions through emotional intelligence. So that's the value that being a part of Emerge brings. What excites me the most in teaching Black professionals is the transformation. I know I've already mentioned that, but the transformation in front of my eyes, being able to have a front row seat to watch women grow and become their full self, being able to really understand who they are so now they can become who they want to be. And what else excites me about this program is what we can't even see. What we can't see is the impact that these women will have on young girls and women leaders for years and years to come. So it's the legacy, it's the responsibility that they'll take with them when they leave to share this and pay it forward. That's what excites me. I would say if you want to step into your full potential, you want to get involved. Emerge Academy is a place that is a safe space. It's a home, it's a sanctuary, it's a place where you will be a part of a cohort of like-minded women where you can share, where you can be safe, where you can share best practices, where you can just sit and be yourself. If you're looking for something like that, that's why you want to be a part of Emerge.
So my name is Jacqueline Perrin. I recently graduated from the Executive Academy, so I'm a part of Executive Intelligence 26, which graduated in 2024, also known as EI 26. So my journey to Executive Academy actually came about because of conversations with some sponsors and friends that had gone through the Academy. I've had the opportunity to know about ITSMF for the last several years because I was in the inaugural cohort of the Emerge Academy. So I was a part of Power 21 and became familiar with the Executive Academy at that time, but then also said, you know, one day that's something I think I will aspire to do is be a part of that Executive Academy experience. And so through conversations with colleagues that had already gone through the program and sponsors, it was recommended to me to go and really learn more about what it means to take my leadership skills to the next level. And so I did that. I inquired, I came to the graduation for the 2023 class, and I remember walking up to Dr. Rogers and asking him and making sure, actually introducing myself and making sure that he understood that I was intending to apply for the Academy. And I said to him, please know my name because I really want you to think about considering me to be in the Academy for 2024. And he said to me, well, what is leadership? And I kind of paused and I gave an answer. And he said, no, that's not it. So I said, okay, well, maybe I should stop. What should the answer be? And he said, yeah, you'll learn very quickly. Everything you say is wrong. And so I knew then I was hooked because I wanted to know more about the experience and what I should learn to take my leadership skills to the next level. So we all have our day-to-day 9-to-5 jobs that we do, but it's interesting in nature because we don't always get to exercise the muscle of our strong suits. Sometimes we have to do things that we really don't like because it's a part of the job responsibilities. With Executive Academy, we took a different approach to how we came about and did our capstone presentation. And so we got to organize ourselves a little bit differently. And I sort of raised my hand, not understanding how big of a goal that would be to accomplish. But I raised my hand to essentially take on an extra job for 10 months. And so in partnership with some other colleagues in the cohort, we actually ran sort of a governance structure and met on a weekly basis to essentially generate a production for our capstone presentation and co-author a book around leadership and share some of our experiences and stories on what our leadership journey has been. So for me, that was such an empowering and enlightening experience because I got to exercise a muscle of pulling together and leading great leaders to accomplish and achieve something that was a major outcome. And now we're all published authors. I've been through a number of leadership academies or experiences that are external to an ITSMF or my job. And a lot of them have involved individuals that don't necessarily look like me, right? And the experiences are pretty mundane, to be honest, right? They're typical, you hear the same typical advice, right? Network, talk to people, but it doesn't necessarily mean the same as when you're coming together with folks that look like you, that really become family. We have some pretty intimate conversations and discussions that allows the barriers and walls that we essentially put up as leaders to be broken down so that we can have really transparent conversations and I can lean over and look at my brother and sister across the table and say, oh my goodness, you're going through that same experience or you've had that experience. How should I navigate this differently so that I can come out on top and not necessarily have to deal with the same roadblocks? And so from that perspective, I would say lean in, enjoy the program, and be as vulnerable as possible so that you can get the most out of it.
My name is John Lullen, and I'm a part of the, I should say, graduate of the ITSMF Management Academy. And my journey to get into the program, I think is more unorthodox or non-traditional in comparison to the rest of my cohort, the rest of the family. So a friend of mine, he's actually a family member of ITSMF. His name is Damian Howard. I was having lunch with him about 3 years ago at this point, and he told me about ITSMF. I didn't know what he was talking about. Like, I don't know what the acronym is, what is it? He said, listen, Black representation, Black excellence. In that moment, it was kind of like me saying, okay, I don't think you have to say anything else. How do I become a part of it? So we continue to have that conversation. Fast forward, my friend Damian was a part of another organization that hosted a golf tournament. It's an annual golf tournament in New York. So I'm at the golf tournament, we're having a great time. And at the end of playing golf, everybody goes inside to network. I pull up a chair, Johanna Jones is sitting right there. I have no clue who she is, but I sit right there. We start having a conversation. We exchange contact information. I shared with her that my company, Tech Systems, at one point in time had a partnership with ITSMF, and it was something that we were very passionate about reigniting. So she and I got connected. Then she connected me with Michael Whitley and Cedric Cobb, and we continue to have conversations. And long story short, I just asked my company if they would give me the blessing to become a part of the cohort, and here we are. Here in ITSMF is when I found out about the technology industry and what was possible 13 years ago. I turned it down because I'm like, I don't see anybody that looks like me. I don't know if I can thrive in this industry. Am I gonna hit a wall? Am I gonna hit a ceiling and have to leave and go somewhere else? Fast forward 2 years at that time, I was introduced to Black leaders that look like me. So that's why it's so important for me to be the change I want to see, because there may be people that are in school, there may be people that didn't have access or opportunity to go to school and trying to figure out where they want to take their career. But if they see somebody like me, if they see somebody else in the cohort and they hear that we're in technology, their ears might perk up and now they know they have a chance to do the same thing. The other thing that I think is critically important is going back to my organization, having a conversation with the senior leadership team about actually having more people recommended on an annual basis into the various academies that ITSMF offers.
My name is Marshawn Scott Graham, and I am a part of the Emerge Academy, 52 Shades of Excellence. I got involved with ITSMF. I was invited by a senior leader at American Airlines, which happens to be our ITSMF sponsor, to S2 in Austin, Texas. I was blown away by the energy, the Blackness, and just people of color and leaders all together celebrating tech, celebrating life, and celebrating expanding their networks. My biggest takeaway from the Emerge program, I can't pin it to just one, but it has to be the self-confidence that I'm taking away, the self-awareness that I'm taking away, and the sisterhood. I will use what I learned from Emerge Academy daily. Walking in my authenticity will probably be my #1 daily goal.
My name is Patricia Clyburn Patton. I matriculated through the ITSMF Executive Academy cohorts for 2024. I told Dr. Scott upon finishing my Emerge Academy experience last year, I will see you next year because I will be in the Executive Academy cohorts next year. And he chuckled and he looked at me and said, "Oh, really? Do tell." And so I said, "I already see it. It's already in the cards, and we're going to make that happen." And what he said to me was, "Well, Dr. James Rogers is the professor of that academy, and he hand selects his academy cohort members." So when I got the confirmation several months later that I would be a part of the Executive Academy cohort for 2024, I was extremely excited, but I was not surprised. And the reason I say that is because it was the time for me in terms of not just my career, but where I was in terms of my own headspace and mentally ready for that next level. I know that the Emerge Academy catapulted me from a personal perspective in really looking inward to seek and understand and know thyself. So I know that at that time I was walking into my true authenticity, and it was time for me and the world to connect on a different level. So as part of the Executive Academy, one of the things that Dr. Rogers often says, it is truly about the relationships and the connections that we make and how we cultivate those relationships. And it's very important for us to understand, even if the relationship doesn't seem to be an important one, it is a meaningful one, it is valuable, and is there for a reason. And I am a big proponent of understanding and knowing destiny and understanding that my destiny is predetermined. And I know that my greatness is something that I am prepared to step into. I wanted to have that facilitator, as Dr. Rogers likes to call himself. I wanted to have a facilitator to help me navigate through that a bit more emotionally, as well as intellectually, which was a bonus for me because that was to sit amongst and amidst leaders, Black executives, senior executives that are in the C-suite and those that are leading into ascending to the C-suite. And the types of conversations, the level of conversations that we had, so intellectually stimulating. But that was not all, because I have been in multiple leadership programs. And you go in, strategy, vision, mission, all those things. And it's the same old status quo. But this was with my family. People that were telling stories, their own personal stories, and I was going, wait a minute, that's my story. And another person, that's my story. We are oftentimes the only ones in the room, and nobody knows how that feels. And to know that I can come and feel comfortable and let the guard down, the imposter syndrome, that code switching, we can talk about it openly and freely and laugh about it. And like I like to say, blood, sweat, and tears. It was just on a whole other level that is really very difficult to put into words. So this journey has just been ordained for me. And I knew that. I saw the vision last year. I knew that it was going to catapult me internally and personally, as well as professionally, into a whole new realm because now I know exactly who I am. I know exactly what I bring to the table, and there is no one, no man, no woman who can tell me otherwise. So when I hear things like, well, Patricia, maybe next year, or maybe this, or maybe not now, I just smile and say, okay, they're not ready for me. And so it's for me to go elsewhere. It may be that it's time for me to do something different, but I am showing up different. And that's because I understand and know who I am. So what I would say to another Black executive who has not had an opportunity to participate in the ITSMF programs, get ready. This is where you need to be. This is where your family is. We know you, we see you. Believe me and trust, this is a very different experience. But you get ready for the blood, sweat, and tears, because this is a journey like none other. And we are here and we're waiting for you.